What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate, reverse rants, no hate. So now let me jump right into this. Now, I did a video called Deontay Wilder fires Mark Breland because it's easier to fire him than to prove Tyson Fury allegations to be true. And that's exactly what I meant. So now, in this whole situation, which this Glovegate thing has been going on forever. So I'm going to address something that was said to me because you have to make yourself clear. Okay, I'm not going to revisit the whole video, a video that I've already done. I already did it. So if you missed the video, watch the video. So there was a guy named Elias Farias, right? Farias, okay, Elias Farias. Now he responded, and he said he had a lot to say about Fury. Now, I don't care what you guys feel about another fighter, another team, another singer, another rapper, another actor. I don't care personally how anybody feels about any of these people. I just report the things that I hear and see, the facts, the evidence, the opinions. But one thing that I don't do is get in my feelings about what somebody feels about someone else, okay? And a lot of times this gets a little irritating and old as far as doing the videos because you're repeating yourself a lot because people keep saying the same things. Now, let me address you. Out of everything that you said in your paragraph, the most true thing that you said was, it's impossible to convince me, right? Because listen, you said about the Glovegate, the cheating and all that, the lack of evidence simply because I already have my mind made up. You're absolutely right. Because I've heard enough and seen enough of this whole situation to come to a conclusion. And the conclusion, what you guys are not understanding, okay, what you're overlooking, this isn't coming from Fury. This isn't coming from Wilder. It's coming from all of you channels and all of you fanboys who want Wilder to be the victim, who want him to be the innocent one or whatever. Okay. Your mind is made up on Fury because of what you claim he did in the past and all of this evidence and things that you guys keep saying, but you can't prove anything. And let's say that there was evidence in the past of anything, right? What does that have to do with right now? Okay, so let me ask you this, Elias. If you was accused of armed robbery and the police said, we don't have any actual substantial evidence, but we feel you're guilty and should be locked up, would you agree to that? Or would you not say, wait a minute, you just said you don't have any substantial evidence. All it is accusations with no proof of. How are you going to lock me up? What would your attorney say? Oh, that's fair enough. I mean, even though they don't have evidence, you know, it's fair to lock him up. Okay, I doubt you go that route. We both know that. Now, let me explain to you something. Okay? For everything that people say happened in that fight, when they used the fucking gloves from the first fight, which had nothing to do with the second fight, they had to get called out on that, where we had to watch and say, hold up, those gloves are not from this second fight. So now they had to make up a story for the first fight with those gloves. Now the second fight, they attack the gloves again. They bring up poisoned water. How do we prove that his water was poisoned? Can any of us say what that man put in his body before or after? Can we say that? No. Remember the allegations about Tyson Fury was on drugs? Huh? He was on something. That's why he was so strong. I saw a video that said Evander Holyfield says Tyson Fury was on something. I never even watched the video. And I found out that was, I don't know if Evander ever said it or not, but I found out that it was a lot of clickbait. There's a guy named Aki. He's always saying, he'll put up a title that says one thing, and when he starts talking, it's nothing but his opinion. It's nothing but his opinion. And always, well, how come? How come? What if? But what if? No, that's not facts. That is not facts. That is not facts. What if? But what if? But how come? What if? How come? Okay? If I sat here right now and titled a video, Mike Tyson says he's going to knock, Mike Tyson's going to knock out Evander Holyfield, and then Lennox Lewis is next. And then when you start watching the video, I'm saying, think about it, y'all. He never beat Holyfield. He lost to Holyfield twice. And he lost to Lewis. He's coming back. And Holyfield's coming back. So, I mean, come on. It's inevitable. You know what's going to happen. And then Lennox Lewis said blah, 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 blah. But nothing that I'm saying came from Mike Tyson's mouth. So why would I label a video what Mike Tyson said? This is exactly what you guys do. Blue Blood did a video saying that Deontay Wilder is going to denounce the WBC after the Fury Trilogy fight. Okay, he did a live stream, and I'm watching, and it was like, I already did a video about that. I'm not going to speak about that again. Check the video. You can find out what happened. You'll see basically what I'm saying is what you guys say. So you said that my mind is made up. Right. You guys have no proof. What happened? See, you want to forget about the accusations about the drugs. He was on something. Okay, that was debunked, so obviously he was clean, right? Then you went through the glove gate. You went through the poisoned water. He had informants in his camp. Everything. The only thing that's even similar, well, Wilder himself said he was cutting the grass to weed out all the snakes. That's what he said. All the snakes. Remember that, right? And so far, the person that saved his life was the snake. You know, JD has sat there and got his hands wrapped. Watched the hands wrapped for Fury. He watched the glove situation, right? But he's not fired. And all I kept constantly hearing was glove gate, glove gate, glove gate. Okay? So why isn't JD's fired? That had nothing to do with Mark Breland. No, somehow JD's is in the clear. Now, Mark Breland, he's fired. You guys don't even question that. JD's is not fired. But the glove gate was the situation. That means he sat there and approved those gloves, right? But you guys are not questioning that. Nothing Deontay Wilder does or says do you guys question. And you're, excuse me, you making it like we're just attacking Wilder. Which I don't care. I mean, you can feel what you want to feel. If I was going to attack him, I'd just attack him. So what? But reality is, Wilder's not saying anything. Now, you guys can get your pom-poms and your little skirts and cheer and jump up. And Deontay, yes. Deontay Wilder can do no wrong. Now, let me break this down. Remember when Deontay Wilder said, Joshua don't want to fight him? Remember that? Remember when he had that fight against Klitschko and he got knocked down? Klitschko got knocked down. He got knocked down. He got up. And he stopped Klitschko. And remember how Deontay had so much to say? Remember that. He had so much to say. And when he thought he saw vulnerability, he kind of spoke a little about fighting Joshua. But then that went away. Remember how when Joshua lost to Andy Ruiz, you supposed to be a champion and you won't get beat like that. You gonna let somebody knock you out like that? It's embarrassing. That would never happen to me. That'll never happen to me. And then he said, I still fight Joshua, even though he lost. I mean, I'll still fight him. Right? Remember all of that, right? Remember how he said, forget undisputed. It's not going to happen. You guys don't get your hopes up. It's not going to happen. Then remember he turned right around and said, it's not a matter of if, but when. You know, you got to have patience. Remember that? Got to have patience. He said those things. How many of y'all questioned that? Did you question him? Did your guy, wait a minute, what do you mean it's not going to happen? Comes out again, it's not going to happen. Okay. If you guys can question every other fighter, but you don't question him, you're not biased? I've made videos speaking about certain things about Fury. So, I mean, just because you didn't watch it, that's your choice. You choose to watch what you want to. But no, it's no bias in me, not towards anybody. I'm not a fan of anybody's. So it's easy for me. It's hard for you guys to do the cheerleading because you're going to lean towards who you like. Me personally, I don't lose any sleep if any of these guys lose. There's certain fighters who I like more than others and want to see that person, you know, go further because they're doing this now. I don't put any limitations on no fighter. Oh, I don't like him. I don't know these people. You understand what I'm saying? But you guys don't question nothing Wilder does. Example. If Team Joshua would have called Team Wilder and said, we offer you $50 million. You got 48 hours. Take it or leave it. Wilder says, okay, we're interested. Let's set up a meeting. No meeting. Take it or leave it. You gonna sit here and tell me that you guys would have been like, oh man, Wilder better take that money. Wilder wasn't making close to $50 million. AJ was already making $30 million a fight. Now, to some broke ass fighter who never seen him $500,000 would probably, yeah, oh shit, I'll take it. No. You guys would have said the same exact thing that everybody else is saying. Since when do you negotiate like that? 7-8 Sports, Blue Blood, Deontay, all these guys. Boxing Ego. You take it, man. You don't turn that down. You take it. You take it. Why would you turn? He don't want the fight. Then all of a sudden, they offer him what? $12 million? That wasn't enough. They offer him $15 million? That wasn't enough. Then he turns around and fights Ortiz for what? $2.5 million or whatever it was. Much lower than what he would have got fighting AJ. And you guys didn't question that. Okay. The Zone offers him $120 million. Their reason for turning it down was what? Because they wouldn't tell them how much AJ was making. And you guys made videos. Well, why is it that they can't say how much he makes? Why can't they say, I mean, what you in the other fight, it's like, okay. Right, you guys are cheerleading for Wilder. So if it would have been shoe on the other foot, and AJ would have said, well, the reason why I turned it down is because I didn't know how much Wilder was making. They wouldn't tell me what Wilder made. And you guys would have felt like, yeah, okay, I can understand. No, you would have said, why do you care what Wilder's making? Especially when it's much more money than you ever gonna make and than you ever made in your life. Wilder was fighting for 1.5 million, 2 million, stuff like that. Wilder wasn't fighting for no 10 million, 15, 20. Wilder wasn't doing that. And basically, you guys made excuses. Now, you want to talk about people's mind being made up? Yeah, your minds are made up based on being fanboys. That's what you basically doing. I'm not a part of any cult, any chain of, oh, we're AJ fans over here. No. All these other channels need to put, regardless of what they call their channels, they need to put like a little inscription somewhere that says, we are pro Wilder. We are basically a Wilder channel with just a different name. Because Deontay Wilder can do no wrong. No matter what he says or does, it's not wrong. It's not questionable. You guys even made a defense for him twerking his ass while y'all watching it. And I agree. If his video said Deontay Wilder twerks his ass and you watch it anyway, yeah, why would you watch it? But when you put up, what did it say? A warrior in savage mode, right? And celebration of Juneteenth. Nobody knew he was going to twerk his ass. But you guys even made a defense for that. So no matter what Deontay Wilder does, somehow, he's just the perfect model citizen that does nothing wrong. And you guys are always questioning why somebody else is saying this and that about Deontay, or why we're not buying into this whole glove gate and all this poison water and blah, 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 whatever. Dates and times, people. Okay? Dates and times. Like, I can make this video right now. Okay? This video, I might not upload it to 2 days from now. Dates and times. When did I upload this video? When did I make this video? Unless I tell you, you don't know. Sometimes the videos come a couple of days late because of back and forth, this, that, whatever, certain things happen. You know, dates and times. So after the third fight, your man is going to come out with so-called evidence. If I'm going into a fight with a dirty fighter, and I'm concerned, this man put a dent in my head. This man was on drugs. This man had loaded gloves. This man had unloaded gloves, because if the pattern was removed, it was unloaded. But now he had unloaded and loaded gloves, right? Everything. And you mean to tell me it took y'all to after the second fight to so-called observe a floppy glove, or a unpadded glove? But JD's was the one, again, who was the guy who approved that, okay, these gloves are good, you can use those. Y'all do know that that's how that work, right? That's JD's job. So now for everybody that's making up these excuses but saying, oh, but Wilder, you know, they're cheating. Pause. Okay, that Wilder was cheated. These guys were cheating Wilder. They didn't fight him fair and square. Okay, your minds are not made up. So is that not playing a hypocrite to say that people's minds are made up because that's why it's hard for us to believe? Right. It's a double standard, though. Your minds are made up because you're saying what he did in the past. And that's what, this is just what the channels are doing. You guys are, and you know what it is with you guys? See, you're trying to make people accept something that's not proof. Wilder's not saying anything. This motherfucker's in hibernation, but you guys are doing all the talking for him like he's not a grown-ass man. And you guys keep saying what he's gonna do, what should have happened, and what's going on, and after the third fight, this is gonna happen, and this is gonna happen, and blah blah. You guys are speaking like he has a calculated strategy that really doesn't make any sense. It's just that you guys keep talking about what he's gonna do, but he's not talking to anyone. So how do you know what Wilder's gonna do? How does any of you? How does any boxing channel that he's not even talking to, how do any of you guys know what he's going to do? But then you turn around and say, oh, Fury did this and Fury did that. Okay. Okay. So prove it. Just like the title of the video I did. He can't prove it. That's why he's not saying anything. And like I said, words are forgotten and people try to go on. Why is nobody talking about he was on drugs anymore, Tyson Fury? Why? Because by now, oh, it would have came out. Well, no, they're lying for Fury. Who's lying for Fury? Who? So you mean to tell me that Fury is so protected? Fury can do all this shit and get away with it, and this man is willing to go in there a third time with a cheat? Now, Blue Blood said this time they're going to have to make sure they check everything. I dropped the video on that, so I'm not going to go into that. Watch that video, you will see what I'm talking about, what he said, and you can make whatever decisions you want. But at the end of the day, for all of these allegations, that's all they are. You guys haven't proved a damn thing. Don't y'all guys know that's a lawsuit, man? Wilder wouldn't even have to fight him in a third fight if that was the case. He could sue the pants off of this guy. He could sue the Athletic State Committee. Listen, if all these things that you guys are saying, you think that Wilder, like, first off, y'all make Wilder sound like he's a complete jackass. Like, he just has no thinking process. Do you think that if all these things you guys said was true and Wilder's just sitting back, and instead of going out here to fight for himself to sue this man, oh, so the plan is he's going to beat him first. He don't want to jeopardize a third fight. Yeah, okay, but what if he gets his ass knocked out again? Then what? Then what? So to say, if he beat him this time, he going to beat him fair and square. Now, Blue Blood said, actually, that Wilder is ahead 2-1 because he won the first fight. Okay. Yeah, anyway. And how was that? He knocked him down twice. Okay, so he knocked him out. What is your point? What is your point? Everything that you guys have said has been debunked. Everything. So this phony investigation that you guys are setting up, this phony scenario of an investigation after the third fight that you guys are coming up with, sound really stupid because none of this shit. You got, then you turn around and say he's going to be investigated. Oh, Fury faces up to a 1-year suspension. All this shit that I hear these channels coming up with, none of this shit is coming from boxing, from anybody inside boxing. Bob Arum went on Sporting Icons channel. They had an interview. He was the first person that I heard really speak about it. I'm not talking about people standing like Jeff Mayweather standing around in the gym asking people questions. I'm talking someone, a boxing personality that addressed a boxing channel about Glovegate and this, that, whatever. Now, do I have any trust in Bob Arum, Mauricio Sulaiman? No, I don't trust none of those people. I don't know them. But what I'm saying is these guys are saying, how come ESPN isn't covered? How come this and that? These guys are trying to also grow their channels, okay? And they're making money. Their Patreons are blowing up. Stop being fooled by this bullshit. These guys are you may take it as they love Wilder so much. These guys are creating stories that's not even coming from him. And Wilder's getting flack because he's allowing this shit. Because he could have very easily put an end to this shit. But maybe he's like, fuck it, let these brothers make their money. You know, fuck it, I don't care. Let them make their money. Because they're making money off of this shit. And everybody that keep feeding into this whole Glovegate 2.0, Glovegate this, Glovegate that. Now, I mean, now mind you, and even with the poison water situation, it's like that's the reason Mark Breland was fired. They're still talking about Glovegate. How many channels have you seen and the title of the channel is about poison water? It's just something, like I said, that they mention. But everything is Glovegate, Glovegate, Glovegate. Why? Just like I said in the last video. Because it's easier to fire Mark Breland by saying he poisoned him than it is to prove anything that these other channels are coming up with. And the funny thing is, even people that's in Wilder's corner, nobody from Team Wilder said nothing about a glove, about water, nothing. All of this shit came from these channels talking about a floppy glove. They had this young boy on there pretending he couldn't move his hand down. I said, what kind of bitch-ass wrist do you have, man, that you can't fucking maneuver a fucking glove up and down? Put the glove on. Yeah, you can do it. No, he's in it. See, I can't. And you guys eating that shit up because he's pretending he can't move his wrist in the glove and all this bullshit. At the end of the day, man, the excuses are not going to change anything. So like I said, everything that you guys said about Fury did this and that has been debunked. I don't give a fuck about Tyson Fury. Let me say it again. Let me get closer for you. I don't give a fuck about Tyson Fury, okay? At the end of the day, the allegations, okay, is not going to be fact because you want it to be. So the burden of proof comes, it lies on the shoulders of all of you saying, this is what the guy did. What the fuck does his past have to do with what just happened? All these allegations. I know many people who did time in prison, who committed crimes back in the day and shit. These motherfuckers are some of the most successful businessmen, independent blue-collar businessmen, at least, you know what I mean? But they're making money, they're taking care of their families. That was their past life. And they can go around and talk to people about what they used to do, blah, blah, blah. But imagine people holding that against them. What you did when you were 17 years old. What you did when now. No, that was then. This is now. Now, I don't know what Tyson Fury, his mindset is. Like I said, I don't put nothing past these people. I don't know these people. But just like people said, Holyfield was headbutting Mike Tyson. And I sat and watched both of those fights and ran them back. And I'm like, you tell me, show me when the fucking headbutts are happening. Show me. And it's funny because people was going, damn, you're right. All I'm saying, okay. Because my two eyes work. Show me the headbutts. Mike was the one initiating the headbutts. And the funny thing is, even like when he fought when he fought Quick Tillis, Mike Tyson, and we saw him with his head. Oh, but that's okay because it's Mike Tyson. You know, Mike can do that. When he was shouldering Razor Ruddock, when he tried to headbutt Razor Ruddock, when he hit Razor Ruddock low on purpose, smiled about it, bit Holyfield's ear off and said because the man was danger in my life and this and this and this and that and yada 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 yada. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Spinal, right? And you guys sat here is the same thing. No matter what Mike did, Mike wasn't wrong. It's Mike. Mike can do that. Bit Lennox Lewis. I mean, what the fuck? Why are you going to biting people? Like, we're wrong for questioning Mike? Mike, you're a gladiator, right? This is what you do it with. Why are you biting people? No, it's Mike Tyson. This is the same thing with Deontay Wilder. his fans have this whole Deontay can do no wrong. Deontay Wilder got his ass kicked. You guys can't let it go. It's been 5-6 months. You know, most of these fans act like wives. They act like wives who are deeply in love with their husbands. I have never seen no shit like this, though. Not to this degree. I have never seen. Maybe if we had social media back then, like we do now, maybe it would have been the same exact thing for Mike, because maybe that's the one element that was missing back then. Because I've never seen. It's been what, 4 or 5 months now. We still talking about a fucking glove gate. We still talking about a fight. The man got his ass whooped. Nobody can fucking. It's matter of fact, it's so bad to the point. And what pissed people off more is because, see, if you're a Wilder fan, more than likely you hate AJ. AJ took his loss, came back and won his title. And you know what? Why is it Wilder has so much to say about every other fighter? Every other fight that he has nothing to do with. Remember how he was immediately talking about unification with Andy Ruiz? Another PBC fighter. Remember how he quickly posted that? And he was already talking about unification. You know why he was so pissed when Andy lost to AJ? And remember how he was so critical? This man knocked you out. You want to dance around and try to jab and move and run all that. This man knocked you out. You supposed to knock him out. Okay. Then you got knocked out by Fury. So I guarantee you, if you go in there, well, I can't guarantee because you know shit does happen. But more than likely, you go back in there and fight Fury with that trying to come forward bullshit, stand there like you do. You're going to get knocked the fuck out again. You're going to get beat the fuck up all over again. I mean, people even made excuses about Fury's weight. Okay, well, let me just tell y'all something. Nikolai Valuev was fucking 7 feet tall, 286 pounds, and fought a 213-pound Evander Holyfield. And Evander Holyfield was robbed. Okay? Evander Holyfield was fighting fucking Riddick Bowe, Lennox Lewis, George Foreman, motherfuckers 250, 260. And he wasn't even 220 pounds. Nobody made excuses for Holyfield being a smaller guy fighting a bigger guy. So why does it matter how big Tyson Fury is? You knew that going into the ring. You said the man had pillows for fucking fists, right? But he beat your ass and your fans can't handle that shit. Then he says he still don't see Fury as the champion. You know what I see with Wilder and his fans? They're just alike. They got the same type spirit, the same fucking mindset. They can't accept the fucking loss and move on to the next one. So instead, let's attack anybody who doesn't fucking cheer for Wilder. Bring it on. Bring it on. The guy got his ass kicked. You guys can't fucking accept that shit. And the truth of the matter is, none of you motherfuckers are 100% sure. You guys are all scared that he may lose his third fight. You don't have confidence he's going to win this third fight. And then you turn around, you know, and had so much to say about AJ just like he did, right? When AJ lost, but then AJ got the belt back, he criticized his win. Had so much to say. But now he gets his ass kicked and he goes into fucking hibernation. Just make this little bullshit, creepy-ass video talking about rising from the fucking ashes like a phoenix, but then yet, no. Nothing to say about the fight. He doesn't address anything. But his brother speaks and says something. Somebody else from his camp says something. All these fanboy channels says something. And he's sitting there not saying nothing. But you guys keep saying what he's going to do, what should have happened, what shouldn't have happened, and everybody's hating on Wilder. No. I can't speak for nobody but me. Okay, and there's other people I've heard speak about the situation where they're not. It's not about hating on Wilder, okay? Wilder got his ass whooped. It's as simple as that. How many times do we have to keep revisiting the same situation? He gets his ass whooped in the third fight. You know what you motherfuckers are going to say? He was damaged from the first two because Fury cheated. Hey, he wasn't the same fighter. And then you're going to talk about that for another 4 or 5 months. And these channels, their Patreons are going to be blowing up. And they're going to keep making money. They're going to keep making money. And you know what's going to happen when Wilder fall the fuck off? They're going to say, fuck Wilder. Okay, who's our next scapegoat? Who else is going to be our cash cow that we're going to keep talking about making money off of? That's all going to happen. Wilder's 35 fucking years old. You motherfuckers think this man got all the time in the world to improve and learn new skills and go forward. But you want to know what? We'll see. But as far as all of this addressing people, I don't mind that a person make a comment. We don't have to agree. You know, and this is not even an attack on this guy. This is basically, I'm responding. So just like you watched that video, okay, then you watch this one. Because you know what? No matter what you say, I'm not going to change my opinion based on your lack of evidence and allegations that you can't prove. Whether or not you change your opinion, I really don't care. The bottom line is, though, you guys are being hypocrites by saying our minds are already made up about theory. That's why we can't sit. No, y'all act like because you cheer for Wilder, you see everything that nobody else can see. I always ask people, what is it that you think you see that I don't see? Okay? At the end of the fucking day, I can show you something real quick. Okay? If I sit here and tell you I'm holding a deodorant bottle, but my hands are covering, what kind of deodorant is this? Now, you can guess and you can be right. You understand what I'm saying? But you can also be wrong. Now, what it is a fact. But whether you guess it right, that's something different. You understand what I'm saying? And I got to make these simple analogies because it's like you guys, no matter how simple the conversation is, I feel like I'm talking over a lot of y'all heads because y'all just want, you guys are the ones, yeah, my mind is made up based on your lack of evidence. You are absolutely right. But don't try to start interpolating. Not interpreting, interpolating. Don't start trying to bring up shit from here, from this time, and then add it to this like it all has something. No, 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 no. That is not what the fuck this is. You're talking about one thing that has nothing to do with the other. And because we're not going to sit and buy it, you guys get in your feelings. You can tell me Anthony Joshua's a bum. He's overrated. I can give a shit what you feel about him. Anthony Joshua's, in my opinion, he's a solid fighter. I think he's the best heavyweight out there. Whoever disagrees, you are more than entitled to your fucking opinion. I don't care. Notice how now all of a sudden this guy Aki, Anthony Joshua, knew all along about the. Now he's making a spin off his videos based off of what a video that Blue Blood made, where a guy's telling Blue Blood that all this time Anthony Joshua knew. Okay, so he makes a video standing there with showing like Anthony Joshua standing there wrapping his hands, and he's asked, you know, saying that Anthony Joshua knew the whole time, yada yada yada. Okay, so let me ask you something. Let's say if Anthony Joshua, first of all, how would he know what the fuck that this guy was going to, what was going to happen, what was going to take place in this fight? But if he's saying he knew that Fury's a dirty fighter, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? What does Anthony Joshua have to do with this situation? It's always, every week, something new. And they'll label it more evidence, more proof. No, more opinions, more allegations. Debunk, shut down. That's all I'm going to say on this video. Catch y'all on the next one. You motherfuckers have been debunked. Bottom line on that shit.